Everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Blockbuster Brothers. Today we got a little breaking news. We're dipping a little bit our fingers into the law. You know, we're not the most expert, we're not the biggest experts in this field, but we're diving in. So if you have any insight, please feel free to share. We're talking about today Disney and Universal suing MidJourney, the AI program. Steven has dived in a little bit. So you got some facts for us?
Yeah, the lawsuit happened on June 11th and in California. So the 110-page complaint accuses MidJourney, a generative AI creator, which I use, by the way. Brian and I have both used MidJourney before. Don't sue us, Disney and Universal, of using copyrighted Disney and Universal characters like Darth Vader, Shrek, Elsa, and all this stuff without permission to train its AI models. The studios claim MidJourney's service generates endless, unauthorized copies of their IP, calling it a bottomless pit of plagiarism. So here's my kind of thing. Are they going after MidJourney because they're suable? Meaning, how much money does MidJourney have in the bank that they can even defend themselves on this? The New York Times has sued OpenAI for ChatGPT, but we're not getting any. There's no lawsuits that haven't heard any big, just as big lawsuits for ChatGPT. So are they just trying to wipe MidJourney out? I don't know, but this delves really into this new world where we're living in of, well, if you have copyright of it, theoretically it should never be able to be reproduced or trained on other people's AI models, but yet everything's happening so quickly. So I don't know. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
Well, so I got two kind of stances on this. The first thing I'll say is so how do you like it? How do you like it now? And so it doesn't feel so good when it happens to you. I think, you have all these small artists have been complaining about this for a long time since AI has popped up, about AI being trained off of their hard work and them not seeing anything from it. And, Disney and Universal didn't have a problem back then. And I'm pretty sure that they were heavily looking into using it and would have replaced all the artists they could have. So on the one edge, I'm like, kind of like, screw you guys. Like now you care when it's like affecting your pockets, but when it affects the whole industry under you and all the people that serve it, you don't care. But when it's like, oh, now they're taking your project, now you step in. So that's on one hand. And then on the other hand, I'm like, all right, so maybe this is, unfortunately, and as hypocritical as it might be, okay, maybe this might be, an opportunity, even though, I might be bitter towards, Universal and Disney's prior stances to it. Maybe, they have the money to pursue this. So in a way, maybe this could act for some regulations to be placed intact. And it's kind of sad that it takes, again, someone with a lot of money or the big dogs to complain for something to actually happen about it. And when the little dogs and the little people get affected by this, it's like, tough it up, like, adjust with the market, learn AI, like they don't care. But then, when the studios do it, it's like, now it's a huge crime and we're going to lawsuit. So I feel two types of way about it, that I think, there's definitely some regulations that it's getting trained off of a ton of artists that have, spent their entire lives learning this, and it's just, boop, toss it to the AI to put it through the grinder and teach it. Like you pay for college, so like, why aren't you like paying for this education? You're educating the AI, like you need to pay for those services, you slimy. It's getting me mad. I'm getting worked up. But you know what? I hope the optimist in me hopes that despite the wrongdoings of the industry in general towards AI, I hope that maybe some regulation can come out of this that not only protects the big dogs, but also protects the individual and small time clients that can't afford to take these big dogs to court.
Right. Yeah, those are good points. And I also think, feels a little hypocritical when these studios are, whether they tell us or not, are using AI to probably uh, get rid of people to write scripts, to maybe edit, to create VFX, all this stuff. And the disheartening thing, again, like I'll come back to more of an optimistic standpoint, but the somewhat disappointing feeling I get is the ball is already too far down the hill for any of this to come back. So that part really upsets me a little bit, but I think perhaps there's a marriage of human art and AI art that will eventually settle and come to terms with each other. And so we can have a place where people can continue to make original art, but also have the ability to use AI. But for now, it's messy.
Well, I actually, I disagree in the most respectful way, that I don't think it's too late. I think that it's never too late to step in and throw in regulations. What they need to do is put a foot down on what they're feeding these AI programs to learn. They need to be ethical, and they need to pay if they're gonna. Hey, maybe do a call out to our Instagram. Hey, if you click this tab here, you're going to become part of our training program for AI. And if you agree to let AI use your material as it's learning, we'll pay you monthly. Like they lease they lease out, or they pay for the rights to your work. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. But you know what? We can't be cutting corners, because this undermines a lot of things. And you have to remember this is all delicate. But at the same time, people were worried about the world ending when the internet came around. But there do need to be some regulations. I really do.
Transparency.
Unfortunately, I think it's not a problem with the smaller dogs, because, I think if a person who can't afford to hire somebody, if they want to use it, great. But if when you have like Disney and Universal using AI, that's where I'm kind of like, come on, guys, like, scared money don't make money. Stop being so cheap. Invest in the quality of the product, and invest in the people that are making this product, and I guarantee you will start making more money. And people can sense this inauthenticity. Whether you say it or not, we can see it. So, like, you think you're so smart hiding this stuff, you're not. We all see it. We all don't vibe with it. It feels dead, and we're wondering why things are so dead coming out of Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the thing that's writing it isn't actually alive. So that's probably why it's got no heart. So that's my stance. And before I get too worked up and triggered, which I already am, I think I need to go for a walk.
No, yeah. Yes, absolutely. No, those are great points. So yeah, let us know what you think, guys. I mean, this is a very interesting thing. This will probably not be the last of major lawsuits and AI and art and human art and all that stuff. So we're kind of in the thick of it right now. So let us know what you think. Do you agree with Brian? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with neither of us? What do you think? We'd love to know.